It's time to start getting ready for chickens. We're about to go through and start leveling our litter. So we went through about 7 days ago, or actually we went through about 5 days ago, rolled up all of our litter into windrows. So we've got our windrower hooked to our John Deere 4066. This is our windrower here. So basically you go through and you windrow, put it into 2 rows in the house. You can check out our windrowing the chicken litter video. We do this after we've gone through and decaked everything. So I'm gonna go back through and knock down these windrows. We've got Eric over here hooked up to our other John Deere. He's got our hydraulic blade. So he'll go through and start doing a little bit more smoothing down, getting it level. Because we really want that litter to be nice and level when the chickens come back. Of all the things that we do, working with the litter in between flocks is probably our least favorite.
Yeah, it's like, I don't know how to describe it other than lock yourself in a 5x5 room and just dump you about 3 bags of insulation in there with no mask on. And that's about what it's like trying to breathe in this stuff.
Let's go ahead in this house. We'll show y'all what a windrow looks like before we go knock it down. So here we are in the end of one of the houses. And we've got 2 windrows you can see here. How tall are these? 2 feet? Maybe?
Yeah, about shin high. They're not quite knee high.
So what we do to roll these up, we do 2 laps in these houses, and that windrower puts them in piles like this. So I'm gonna go back through and do the opposite now, and I'm gonna split this windrow here, bring half of it to the inside, same way right here, and then I'll do the outside run. Once I get that knocked down, Eric's gonna hit it with that hydraulic blade.
And Paul, if you've ever driven by a hay field and seen, if you've ever seen a row of hay rolled up, raked up right before someone bales it, these piles are pretty comparable to a row of raked hay right before they bale it. This isn't a Subway kind of lunch day. This is a drive-through lunch day, unless you want to be the only person in the restaurant. One thing you don't want to do, you don't want to throw too much litter toward the sidewall. You can always take more litter out later on if you need to go more to the wall, but if you put too much litter to the sidewall, it's hard to get it back to the middle of the house.
That's a dusty job.
Alright, now that he's thrown these piles, pretty much it's easier to do that with the windrow when the litter's deep. If it's not deep, you can do it all with that blade. And he's kind of distributed that litter pretty evenly across the house. I'm going to bring that box blade in and kind of show you. It makes quick work of it, smoothing this litter out.
So Eric's probably spent a total of 15 minutes in this house. I probably spent about 15 minutes knocking down the windrow. So all in all, we're about 30 minutes in per house, leveling it down. It's in pretty dang good shape. It's not completely level, but it's pretty close. Next, we'll hook up our railroad iron behind the tractor. We'll go through here, do a couple more laps, and that'll be the finishing touches that we put on leveling our litter.